Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. And I'm smiling because this is going to be a fun video. I want to talk about Beau, the fifth column, and his latest video about the Galactic Federation, Star Trek, and Donald Trump. I got one thing to say. It's a Beau, the fifth column, if you're watching my video. Dude, this is my jam. You're in my jam, man. All right. I love science fiction. I love science. I love physics. Here, let's see. Let's look over. This is just a small sampling of my reading material. 50 physics ideas. Arthur C. Clarke, Mikey Okaku, one of my favorite authors. I've got about 6 books from four or five books from him. Stephen Hawking. Star Wars. I haven't read this one. I really like reading actual physicists like Stephen Hawking, and Mikey Okaku is one of my favorite authors. And once again, yes, I'm probably mispronouncing his name. I know. I have a hard time with names. All right, let's talk about this. All right, I had to watch Beau's video about 3 times because, to be honest with you guys, I wasn't sure where he was falling on all this. You know, because he seems like I could be wrong here, but it seems like Beau knows that he has to be open-minded, and he has to say this. He's got to admit that there is probably, more than likely, you know, if space goes on, everything goes on for infinity, then to say that we're the only living things in infinity doesn't make much sense. Matter of fact, it doesn't make any sense. It kind of contradicts itself right there. If everything goes on for infinity, then we cannot be the only life form. That says that right there. And I think Beau knows this, but because I caught him, it felt like he was on the edge of making fun a few times. You know, it felt like he was giving a little ribbing to us geeks, us Star Trek geeks, especially when he said, he talked about the warp drive. And because everybody knows you got to have a warp drive if you're going to join the Galactic Federation. I believe he was talking about faster than the speed of light travel. Which is true. I mean, if you're going to travel far distances, you know, you can't. It's like walking from here to, not even California, from here to around the Earth or to China, if you could walk to China. Anyway, you get my point. You gotta have certain technologies if you're going to hang with the big boys. I think that's the easiest way to put it. To be honest, to cut this down, I want to get to the part about Trump. To cut this down. Yeah, I truly believe that if there are intelligent species out there, there's a good chance that they are contacting or they'd be observing us at the very least to see where we are, and if we can be helped. You know, if there is hope for us. Seriously. It's funny. I want to mention this one last thing because just last night I watched this movie from a couple years ago, American Hangman. Donald Sutherland. Holy cow. I thought this was just going to be another psycho type movie. Wow. It is an indictment of the American justice system. Holy cow. I was shocked when I just watched that last night. And then this morning, Beau starts talking about where we are in, you know, as a society. And holy cow, these 2 things. Let me recommend this movie. It's from, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, probably. American Hangman. Wow. If you like analyzing the death penalty and the justice system, watch this, man. Holy cow. All right. Anyway, to the point. I do believe and because there is more than likely some kind of intelligent life out there. And when I say out there, like I said, my idea is more in multidimensional and time not as a line, but we look at time in a line. And I think that's not the case. But okay, if they were to contact somebody on Earth, this is my bottom line. If they were to contact somebody on Earth, Donald Trump would be one of the last people. Because just because somebody's a leader does not make them the most advantageous person that an advanced species would want to contact. They'd want to contact somebody that that's level-headed, that has compassion, that deals with the scientific method, of developing a theory, proving it, all that. Donald Trump is none of those. Take, for instance, look at the royals of England. I'm not picking on you guys, but it's a well-known fact that a lot of the royal bloodline is inbred. I believe it's called the Habsburg jaw. A lot of these people are so inbred. I was reading that some of English royalty back in the 1700s were more inbred than as if they were the offspring of the actual brother and sister. That's how inbred they are. So I'm just making that point as to just because somebody was put in a leadership position on our world does not make them the person at all. Look at Donald Trump and his followers. They talk about being macho and American #1, and this whole thing about kind of just dealing with our country and closing ourselves off. That right there pretty much is the opposite of who the another species would want to deal with. The fact that Donald Trump deals transactionally, tit for tat. That is Donald Trump's that's his jam. That's his whole world right there. And I believe that if another species were to contact us, they'd want to deal with somebody that has more altruistic feelings and intentions in mind for the good of the species, and not just for what can these aliens do for me, Donald Trump, not for the human race. You see what I mean here? A lot of power-driven people would be the exact wrong people to contact, more than likely. If and when an advanced species contacts the human race, it would probably be a non-famous figure, somebody just that would possess a lot of compassion, like I said, altruistic, somebody that cared more for the entire human race than themselves or their own health, their own riches, their own everything. That's who they'd want to talk to, and that's pretty much the opposite of Donald Trump right now. So just some thoughts I wanted to touch on in a good-natured way. I'd love to talk more about this, but these are just my ideas to start. Chances are they probably already contacted somebody, but like I said, I truly believe that it's kind of like if the leader of a troop of gorillas would be the most alpha male, the toughest, most physically aggressive male, the alpha. That doesn't necessarily make it, if we wanted to give a submachine gun to a troop of gorillas, would we want to give it to the alpha male? Probably not. You might want to give, if you were going to hand a ready to fire submachine gun to one of the members of a troop of gorillas. Just because I pick gorillas because they have opposable thumbs and they could probably operate a submachine gun, and there's a good chance that if there's an advanced species, they probably look at us or as gorillas or less. So I thought that was a good example. So who would we pick to give a submachine gun to if we were going to give it submachine gun to a troop of gorillas? Maybe a mother of a couple small ones, because she would have more empathy and more consideration for the impact everything would have on the whole group as a whole. Think about it. That's a good example right there. Just some thoughts for today. So if that holds true, the aliens will be in contact with some single mom from living in a housing project in Chicago, because she might have the most empathy and the most understanding of society in general, and most compassion. It's a distinct possibility instead of somebody like Donald Trump. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Wednesday.